Good afternoon, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm out doing my daily exercises today, and I want to discuss a topic. I listen to a lot of philosophy. I'm very fascinated by the human brain and how it operates, and what leads certain individuals to do certain things, or how do they come to their conclusion or to their decisions. That's why I love Friedrich, Nietzsche, Carl Jung, Alan Watts, and many other philosophers. There's philosophers all over. I'm fascinated how I'm a big fan of also Dr. Jordan Peterson. He's fascinating to listen to also. It took him 15 years to get his PhD or his doctorate, so he spent a lot of time in that field. He learned a lot about the human psychology. And one thing I love about him is his extensive vocabulary. He's able to express himself better than anyone I know. But the topic that I wanted to discuss today is I just ate some grapes, by the way. There's some I don't know, they're like black grapes. They're really big. I think they're the Italian grapes that they make wine out of. I forgot. What are they called? I can't remember. But anyway, they were pretty delicious. I got like 3 or 4 of them. You find a lot of interesting things out here on the trails. But the thing that I wanted to discuss, like one of the philosophers actually said that people are not interested in the truth, which is an oxymoron. You know, you think people would seek the truth, but they're actually majority of the population. They prefer to live in delusion and escape reality. They turn a blind eye to the truth. They would see something right in front of them, like I've seen this thing on it's a prank thingy that they were doing, where a guy was messing around with his girlfriend. He's pushing her around and calling her names, and some dudes would get involved and try to beat the other guy up, you know, the mean guy. And finally they have to let him in on the joke, let him know it's just a prank. But some people would just walk by and see this poor girl getting beat, literally like pushed around and called names and all that, and they just keep on walking like they don't even get involved. If it was me, I can't help it. Just like there's nothing to think about, you just jump in because you feel like there's someone in distress, whether it's a man or a woman or an animal. You're definitely going to jump in and help. Yeah, that's just, it's an instinct. But going back to the thing that I wanted to discuss, people aren't interested in the truth, because what it does, if somebody's 30, 40, 50 years old and their beliefs are X, Y, and Z, and you're going to come in and you try to tell them something else, and that's their identity for many decades, and you try to present a different idea, like just like they did way back when way back, I don't know how many centuries, many centuries ago, or maybe thousands of years, where if a scientist will come up with an idea, they would label him as a devil and they would kill him. I mean, if somebody's trying to present you with an idea it's not only an idea, it's a fact. Like these people, these scientists were able to show proof of their concept. So it's no longer an idea, it's a real thing, you know, it exists. Those people were hung, they had their head chopped off, they were burned in fire, they were imprisoned, they were, just for saying that for example, there's other planets beside Earth. Just by uttering something like that, which is 100% true, it's fact. But just by uttering something like that, it would lead to someone's death. People don't want to hear the truth. They prefer to live in their in disillusion and in the fake world they are and continue on, then actually it's still, I think it's like that one person, I don't remember who it was, maybe Jim Rohn or one of these guys, Napoleon Hill. He's saying the problem with people these days, they don't think because it's too painful. It takes a lot of work to think. So they prefer to live in the fake world that they built around them. It's not their fault, sometimes they were fed the wrong information, they were misled on a topic or an idea, and that's the only thing they know. There was an idea that I know what this lady said. She said something really interesting. She said, just because you were born into this one religion, because your mom and dad are in that religion, and you happen to be born into that family, and you're born into that religion, doesn't mean that religion is the right religion, does it? Like sometimes if you really want to get down to like do a deep dive in certain topics, it makes you question yourself. You're like, why do I believe in this? Why do I think it's right? Where did it come from? Where does it stem from? How did I come to that conclusion? When you start questioning yourself when you take a deep dive into a certain topic, you begin to question the logic behind it. You start asking, is it true? Have I been lied to? Or am I accepting the lie? Am I going to continue on lying to myself? Because it's very difficult to be one person for many decades and one day just switch and become another person. But those people that have the power to do the breakthrough and admit that there's something wrong and begin questioning their thought process, and they raise their self-awareness where they realize at one point of their life they're not happy. This is not what they signed up for. Apparently what they're doing or what they believe in is not something that's they can want to continue on doing. They feel like they're disconnected from the reality, like they're living in a delusional world, or you know what I mean? Just you start questioning, like, why do I believe that? Why do I think that? Where did it come from? Was it the television? Was it the parents? Was it the mother? Was it the father? Was it the parents? Was it the family members? Was it just your environment? Many, many questions to ask. And I don't know. I think our ego is good if it's used in the right sense. But ego gets the best of people. They become angry and they become hostile on certain topics, or if their beliefs get questioned or challenged. And that's something a person believed in all their life, and here you are trying to tell them otherwise. That's not an easy pill to swallow. It's very painful to having to go through that. But some people are intelligent enough to realize that perhaps there is some truth of what this other person's proposing, and maybe I should perhaps just entertain that thought for a minute, kind of listen through, let him express himself. I don't know. It's I admire people that they're very open-minded, and it's not a tribal thing, it's not like red or blue or whatever, it's not like, oh, I'm with the red, I'm only going to be red, I'm with the blue, I'm only going to be blue. It shouldn't be that way. Like, look at speaking of red and blue, I don't want to get into political aspect of the conversation, but You see a lot of blue people go red, and you see a lot of red people go blue. So sometimes you come to a conclusion where you are right now is not the right place. And every human have the right to change their mind. If it doesn't suit them, and if it's not something they believe in, why should they continue? If it's making them miserable and it's suffocating them, and that's not how they want to raise their children, and that's not the lifestyle they want to live, they have the choice to change their mind. That's what I think. This walk is really, really nice. I didn't sweat as much today because it's kind of cooler. Yeah, there's a bit of cloud out there, but it's such a gorgeous day today. I hope you guys got out and did your daily exercise. Speaking of daily exercise, I was watching this post. The doctor was saying when you build your muscles, or when you work out, or when your body's in motion, you develop, your muscle excretes certain chemicals that would actually stops depression, stop a lot of illnesses in your body. Like your muscles will put out certain chemicals into your body that keep you young, fight a lot of illnesses, gets rid of depression. So exercise is really, really important. It's something I encourage always, always, always. With me playing soccer for 12 years and doing water polo also, I love how it made me feel when I was an athlete. Now I don't do it as much as it's all I do, and I do a little bit of workout at home. But yeah, working out it's really, really important. It's good for your brain. Like you get all that oxygen in there. You can think better. You're clearer in your head. You're not questioning anymore. You have enough dopamine to rush to your head, where you're making a much clearer decisions. You're not questioning things, I think the people that they let themselves go and they stop working out, it affects you in so many ways, whether it's heart attack, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and the list goes on and on and on. And when you don't have to do anything massive. All I do is 20 minutes in the house, and I do an hour walk. That's all. And sometimes I do it every other day. It doesn't even have to be every day. But another thing that's really important too is the right diet. If nature don't make it, don't take it. If it's boxed and pre-packaged, don't touch it. I'm gonna let you guys go because I got a few things I gotta take care of. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. If there's any topics you want me to discuss, do that too. Talk to you soon. Best of luck. Bye-bye.
Did you know that medical bills are the #1 cause of bankruptcy and even divorce? One unexpected illness can wipe out your savings, put your family in debt, and create stress that damages relationships. But it doesn't have to be that way. With life insurance that includes living benefits, you can access tax-free money while you're still alive to help with medical bills, lost income, or other urgent needs. Start young, lock in a low rate, and protect your future while you're still healthy. Call or text me at 910-447-6508 to get started today.